In my last synergy video, we talked about Warrior Priest's amazing synergy capability. His United in Prayer ult is absolutely phenomenal for duos, as you can protect two people, Warrior Priest included, of course. And then I mentioned his Prayer of Vengeance talent, which gives plus 35% crit damage to the entire party. Today, we are going to see how this works with Grail Knight instead of Shade. Now, just right off the bat, some people might say that like crit damage, crit power is kind of a bad thing to take. It's not that useful. And in many situations, these people are likely to be correct. However, what we're dealing with here is simply hypothetical / theoretical. We're just exploring the possibility, you know? That's all this is. Now, the first thing you might want to point out when these two are paired together is that they're both melee-only classes, meaning they have no range unless you have a bomb or something, and I think that's okay. When it comes to a duo or really any kind of synergy, positioning is very important, right? So these two are going to want to be fairly close together for the entire run. They don't want to be way too far apart because then, you know, obviously you can't get to the other person in time to save them. But they don't have to be like so close that they're joined at the hip or something. They can have a little bit of space as long as they and move in relative sync. That way, if one is grabbed, the other can free them, and both can carry on. Another thing to mention is that Grail Knight gets his healing quest from the Lady's Duty, which it doesn't happen all the time to be fair, but I would say the majority of the time that is definitely a quest that he gets, which I think makes running United in Prayer even more sensible, as you don't need to heal with that other ult. For Grail Knight, Virtue of Audacity adds a second stab to Blessed Blade. And one thing to know about this second stab from Blessed Blade is that it is always a critical strike. That's good to know considering we're running 35% increased crit damage for this man. Now you might look at that and say, but Wet Magic, doesn't his ult naturally one-shot pretty much anything? I'd say yes, it most certainly does. However, when it comes to monsters, you don't really want to mess around too much with a duo. And that's what this is, you know? These two cover everything. Hordes and elites, both of them can do that. But the only one that can handle monsters is Grail Knight, so you want to be doing as much as possible to it. That's where Virtue of the Knightly Temper comes in. The way this talent works, a critical strike will instantly slay any enemy if their health is less than 4 times the critical strike damage. But it doesn't have to be an ult crit, it can be just a crit from his melee weapon. But I think the more interesting thing to look at here is that the critical strike will instantly kill a lord or a monster if their health is less than 2 times the damage of the critical strike. And that is absolutely what you want with this synergy, because the one weakness, at least for Warrior Priest, is a monster. So I think you can get a monster down to about a third of its health, and if you get the headshot with Prayer of Vengeance, you can instantly slay it, I believe on Kata, which is pretty cool. So that is just going to help monsters die that much quicker and allow Warrior Priest to get back to what he's good at, you know, hordes and elites and whatnot. So in summation, these two have no range capabilities outside of bombs, so they have to be very good with their positioning and very close together so that they don't both get assassined and hooked or whatever, disabled. Outside of that, they can both deal with hordes and elites quite well. With occasional shields from Warrior Priest, they become quite tanky, and Grail Knight's healing. And Warrior Priest can buff Grail Knight to be an even better boss killer than he already is. So for a fun, no range combination, try these two out. That's it for me, guys. If you like this video, give me a sub, like this video, leave a comment. I have a Discord, link is in the description down below. Feel free to join that if you want. Almost got 1,000 people in there, which is pretty cool. Pretty poggers. Till next time, guys.